Hello everyone. So today we are at the World Delhi Book Fair 2026 and we have Ms. Sweta Bhatnagar with us, the author of Golden Cage. Welcome ma'am. So let's begin with a fun interactive session. The title Golden Cage is powerful and symbolic. What does it represent to you personally?
The title Golden Cage actually means even if you're a millionaire, it doesn't mean that you're still having the freedom which you deserve. Okay? To have your own freedom, you have to break that, cage of expectations of the society and, dream big and finish your dream, achieve your dream. That's what the Golden Cage means.
That was a great analogy by the way. What inspired you to tell Saitya's story and why did it feel important to tell it now?
See, although Sahitya is a fictional character, but her story actually reflects the story of many women which I've seen in the real life. Okay, they may be the entrepreneurs, they may be the working women, even the housewives. And when I see them going through emotional erosion, and which is creating a lot of problems for them and psychologically which nobody is actually understanding, their dreams getting broken or getting delayed so much that sometimes they even forget that they have dreamt of something. So it's very important for the society and for the families to realize that the girl which is in your house, maybe she's your daughter or daughter-in-law, there are some dreams of her own which needs to be seen.
What I've usually seen is the generation before us, they know that what is happening with them is not right, but still they are not able to accept it. They will always try to defend the wrong done to them. What is your opinion on that?
See, there is like zillions of years of emotional training of the human mind. It is almost so much that it has become like almost in our genes. Okay, so although you know that you are free to do everything in a very good family where you are free to do everything, your mother-in-law is very good, your father-in-law is very good, but then because of all these zillions of training, you know that you are supposed to do that much and the society expects you to be like that. Because of that, the shackle which you find are in your brain, it is your own brain which is telling you, no, this is not all right, I should be like that, I have to be perfect in each and everything which I am doing. And that mindset will take time to change, and will change only when we start talking around it. Otherwise it will take us accept it.
So any one activity or something that you recommend them, what is that one thing that would help them to break free of that?
First thing is to be kind to yourself, accept yourself for what you are. At least do take out minimum 15 to 20 minutes just for yourself in a day at least, and think you what actually you want to do. Are you happy with your scenario? You have been doing everything perfectly, but was it your dream when you was a child? So what was your dream? Do you want to achieve that? And if you want to achieve that, what is stopping from you? These are small steps, nothing will happen overnight, but then once you start thinking, start taking of yourself, basically the change will happen.
I love the mantra, be kind to yourself and accept yourself. That is very, very true. Was there a moment while writing when Saitya's journey surprised you?
Yeah, there was a moment, see, when she was broken down in every way. She was having the family problems, there was a sabotage at the work, and she was thrown out of her company. And when she was at her rock bottom, the lowest down, at that time, rather than getting broken down by those things, she thought of what she could do on her own level, the small things which she can do. And that was one thing which was a turning point in the Sahitya's journey, and that made me also realize that how we can still achieve our path by just believing in ourselves.
How did you approach writing the emotional conflicts without turning the story into blame or bitterness?
First of all, I believe that no one is actually bad. Okay, the people around you, they might not understand you. or maybe they are also conditioned by the societal conditioning. So they are not actually bad, but they need to understand what is happening with you. And for that you have to come out of that facade of happy and wonderful woman, and you have to share yourself ki, oh, I'm feeling like that, right now I'm not feeling all right, or maybe if this could have happened that way, I could have done it better. So that's how it is.
What inner conflict did you most want readers to understand through Sahitya?
I want the readers to understand, rather than, okay, society is putting all the expectations, everything, but there's a lot of war going in the women's mind. A woman is always thinking, is this right or is this wrong? If I'm going to my office, I'm neglecting my child, is it okay? Will the child will start having problems because of that? And if I do not go for work, I will be behind everyone. And after 4 to 5 years, the world is going to change. The AI has come, something else will come. You're not updated, you'll not be able to get back properly. So all these conflicts are there within the women's mind, and they need support. They need support of the family to help them come over those conflicts. Because you will see, okay, let's talk about the men, because I are the women. So men rarely have to undergo these conflicts, but the women, all the time these conflicts are going on in their mind each and every day. You'll ask your mother, she'll also tell you. So that's what I want the readers to understand.
Sahitya is academically brilliant and professionally capable, yet struggles after marriage. Do you think success does not always translate into freedom for women?
No, success does not translate into the freedom for the women, because in the Indian society, even now, for each and everything, most of the people, they have to have a permission of the family. Okay, I'll give you a scenario. Okay, many times you will hear people tell that, oh, our family is very good family, we allow our daughter-in-law to do everything. Now where does that word allow came? Okay, she does not need anybody's permission. Okay, and that is one thing.
Very true. Like when I hear people even in events saying that women go out for work, they're allowed to do everything, and it's the same question. Like what's the word allowed over there? What does reclaiming one's identity truly look like in a society that often rewards silence?
Society may take it as over ambitious person, a person who just looks after themselves. They're very they don't care for other people, but then it's all right. She can't keep on caring about everybody.
How does rebuilding her business on her own terms redefine success in the book?
Rebuilding her own business redefines success in the way that she starts believing in herself. So one point which I want everybody to take from that book is, you have got one life. Everybody has got one life, and they should live it the way they want. So rather than getting scared of other people, or rather than getting scared of what will happen, she started believing in herself and doing what she could do. And that's how eventually she achieved the success.
As a surgeon, professor, and a mother, how do you relate to balancing act Sahitya faces?
As a surgeon, okay, I'll tell you. As a surgeon, when I had my first child, I was on a maternity leave for 6 months. Okay, that is very good thing which we are getting. But after 6 months, when I started with my first surgery, I had so many doubts in my hands. That will my hands be? Are my hands rusted? Will I will be able to do a good job like how I was doing before? Will my reflexes will be as quick as it was before? Because obviously there was a time lapse. So you start doubting yourself, that is there. But then slowly with the help of family members, as I said to you, that because we are in family, each and everybody helps you, and with that you can carry on.
So, like a good family support is always a plus point. Did writing this book change the way you see ambition, partnership, or independence?
Yes, definitely. Uh, See, ambition, you do not have to compare yourself with anybody else. Life is a marathon, it's not a race. So you have to ultimately complete it. Maybe, when you were doing, when you were in college, you were the best student, okay? But now the another one who was maybe a mediocre student, but that person was able to carry on with this work, he's superior to you. But that does not matter. What matters is you kept working and eventually you get the position. Okay, it's not how fast you get. That's about the career. What were the other two?
Partnership or independence?
Partnership. In the partnership, see, what we do is we expect too much from the other person. But rather than expecting too much from the other person, you have to trust other person. That is more important. Trust other person and trust yourself. That's what in the partnership it changed. And the last point was
Independence.
independence. uh yeah, again, independence is believing in yourself.
How did your own experiences influence the emotional authenticity of the narrative?
um See, Sahitya's journey is a journey of any women. Like, you'll see most of the women will relate to it. So similarly, many things, like, when you get married, you're all stressed up about so many things in your life, but then you trust another person, and you everybody gets through so many problems. Once they start coming into the middle age, like Sahitya's father had cancer, my father also had cancer, and at that time you'll feel okay, everything is lost. But then you have to have patience and keep on working. And so many times her father will keep on guiding the girl. You know, remember what you dreamt when you were in college and all those things. So that's how.
So now we'll do a fun sort of segment. You have to finish the thought. Freedom begins when
Cages of minds are broken.
strength often looks like
Ambition.
independence is misunderstood as
uh, Proud or ambitious again.
healing starts the moment we
Start forgiving ourselves and accepting ourselves.
true empowerment means
Believing in yourself.
stability or self-respect,
Self-respect always.
adjustment or assertion,
Both, depending upon what is required.
silence or voice,
Voice. If you are not able to speak for yourself, nobody else will.
external validation or inner conviction.
Inner conviction, always important. We have always been taught, what society thinks about us. I think this is the time we change that. We should change it to what you think about yourself. That's more important.
Survival or self-discovery.
Initially survival and ultimately leading to self-discovery.
What conversations do you hope Golden Cage sparks within families and relationships?
I hope that when somebody reads the Golden Cage, they have this, I want the fathers to read, I want actually in-laws to read, husbands to read. And then when they're having the dinner, I want them to, serve food together, clear utensils together, see to it that the lady in their family, is she having any problem, talk to her and try to find out if there's any emotional stress which is, buckling up within herself and not able to share with anybody.
That's such a wholesome moment to even think about. What would you like young women to understand about ambition and compromise after reading this book?
See, ambition is very important in your life, but as ambition is important, sometimes compromise is also important. I would not say it exactly as a compromise. I would like to say it as a conversation and understanding, because if we say compromise, it means only the women is doing, and if we say it as a conversation and understanding, means both the people involved in it are doing that.
So one last fun question. If you want every woman to have some kind of alarm pop up on their phone, like like a notification, what would that sentence be like?
I didn't get you. Tell me again.
So if we have some kind of notification pop up on the phone every morning when they wake up, what is the first thing you want them to, the message to pop up?
You are the most beautiful person in the world. Believe in yourself.
That's cute. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.